Life isn't a battle, it's a dance. What if someone gave you a pair of magical ballet slippers, not to perform on stage, but to help you meet life's challenges differently? While the slippers themselves might be imaginary, the lessons they offer are very real. Welcome. My name is Candace Sanderson, and today we explore how everyday rituals and spiritual connections can lead to self reflection, gratitude, and growth. In this episode, I will show how a spirit gift of ballet slippers can bring peace and meaning to an often chaotic life. In my last episode, I shared a brief exercise called The Gift, where we connect with our greater selves. Now, you can insert any name here. Your greater self, what is that? Your higher self, your angels, your guides, your messengers. But this exercise allows us to receive a gift from that greater aspect of us. The gift I received was a pair of pink ballet slippers with laces made from sparkly gold ribbons. In my mind's eye, I put them on each morning, and they help me to gracefully navigate the obstacles that I encounter that day. In addition, these ballet slippers also open doors for self-reflection, offering me different perspectives, teaching lessons like how to live a more peaceful life. I wear these slippers for their protection and help during the day, but now I have made a ritual as I unlace them and put them away each night. Where do they go? For those who have followed me, you are aware of my console, my dashboard, where I store all those psychic tools for expanding my awareness. This console is inside my go-to place. That is a non-physical area, and that area expands every time I enter it, whether I come through that front door through a meditation or an out-of-body adventure, or maybe when I'm just lucid in the dream state. Each night in the 3D, after I have brushed my teeth and put on my PJs, I sit on the edge of my bed. I close my eyes and I take a few deep breaths. In my mind's eye, I remove my slippers. Then I see myself inside that magical place, standing in front of that consciousness expansion console. With my ballet slippers in hand, I move to the right side of this curved desk, and I hang them on a beautiful, ornate golden hook that's attached just under the lip of the desktop. This has become part of my nightly routine. You see, hanging those ballet slippers triggers a review of my day. Before settling in for some usually well-deserved and well-needed sleep, I think of how these slippers have helped me. I also look at the times during the day when I could have used them, but I did not. I learn from those experiences too. This simple practice of reviewing each day sometimes yields profound results. And right before going to bed is an ideal time to have this review. The day is done, and because I've already lived it, this is just the perfect moment to pause and reflect. And for me, I choose to see my actions throughout the day through the lens of appreciation. Choosing gratitude to bridge my busy day paves the way for a peaceful night. And entering sleep while feeling peaceful paves my way for deeper sleep that allows me to heal and restore my energy. but it also helps me start the next day on a higher note. I have not always recognized how powerful gratitude is. For years, especially before I retired from my work as a psychologist, I had these restless thoughts. I had these long to-do lists that I kept going over in my mind, adding to that to-do list. But those were my thoughts as I drifted to sleep. And what happened? Those thoughts became the foundation for that night's dreams. But once I learned to pause and say thank you, even if it's just for the little things, I began to see changes, sometimes significant changes, not only in my dreams, but in my waking life. Life changed for the better. When we fall asleep, our soul, our spirit, our energy body, again, whatever name you want to use, but that non physical part of us is free to explore. We, as that non physical entity, can do and be whatever we wish. We open doors to communicate with beings that are wise beyond measure. When our physical bodies sleep, our judgmental egos are no longer in control. That's when we begin to see things in a different light. Perhaps we had a really difficult day. Instead of feeling regret or anger or sadness, our view changes and we see those things differently. When that happens, purpose and understanding rise above the chaos, and we realize those challenges during the day were earth lessons, often difficult ones, but they were designed to offer our souls learning opportunities so that we may grow. Although my slippers help me during my waking hours, there are always events I could have handled differently. But we can learn from our mistakes, our would haves, could haves, should haves. And when we learn from those missteps, we front load a better future. You see, in that non ordinary moment when we drift to sleep, we enter a gateway that bridges the 3D to what I call the 5D, which is just a generic term for that non physical field of energy that surrounds us. Learning from our mistakes and from what we did right, we map out a lesson plan for growth. And now that I have these spirit ballet slippers, I use them with purpose to rise above and see the larger picture, to not stumble over daily roadblocks, but to navigate them gracefully. I only wish I would remember to use them every waking second, but I am working on that. Because you see, if we do not learn these lessons, they return again and again. But as we grasp and absorb those teachings, we then advance in our earth school education. Let me break this down and show how my messengers guide me through these magic moments. I close my eyes each night and I enter my place to hang my ballet slippers and reflect on my day. My next action is to acknowledge that everything was perfect. Honestly, in real time, it did not feel perfect. There were unexpected delays. There were stumbles, either metaphorically or literally. Yet, the day was perfect. I see the perfection when, as my messengers have taught me, I reframe my life to see the larger picture. As I view my trials and tribulations of the day, I ask, how does this experience change me? What did I learn from it? Quite often there is an unknown. I might have had a detour when driving somewhere, but Maybe that delay prevented me from having an accident. What about a stumble? Maybe a bruise here or a bruise there. Could have been a broken bone. I will never know what might have happened, but I trust that things happen for a reason. And by reframing that day's events as perfect, I know this new perspective softens me, shapes me, and makes me feel grateful. I've learned that when things happen that are out of my control, I, in real time, release a breath. And usually it's a breath I didn't even know I was holding. But then I breathe deeply. First of all, that pause stops the panic and it allows me to accept what is and to try to learn from it, to see what is the lesson. This pause helps me center and step into a state of peace, of gratitude. Now, my nightly review practice helps me bring these actions to the 3D and use them in real time. I breathe into stillness during the day when that turmoil bubbles to the surface. And by now, it has become second nature for me to find gratitude among the chaos. So I'm no longer running head on into the bedlam of the day. I've got those ballet slippers to power up and lift me above all the muck. It takes me away from the chaos and offers me stillness to look at things differently. Each night, as I bring gratitude into my heart for my lessons on patience, peace fills my being. Peace. And that begins when I stop resisting. There are so many things to be grateful for: the air in my lungs, the roof over my head, the love of pets, family, and friends, the privilege of living my life with ease. Over the years, my messengers have taught me not to think of gratitude as an occasional feeling, but to experience it as a way of life. With my new ritual of hanging up the gift, my ballet slippers each night, gratitude has become the foundation as each day ends. And when we practice gratitude before going to sleep, our focus shifts from what we lack to what we have. Even on tough days, this ritual reminds us of the good moments worth remembering. And the timing matters. I use this gratitude practice at bedtime because our last thoughts shape our dreams and set the stage for our moods the next morning. So by choosing gratitude, we invite peace and positivity for a restful sleep and a brighter next day. Entering a calm, peaceful state before sleep softens my energy and opens my heart. This nurtures both my dream experience, my inner world, and it brings harmony and stillness. Our thoughts, of course, are energy, and they linger. So if we end our day with gratitude instead of anxiety, we nourish our spirits and we start the next morning just a little better. Now, gratitude does not erase challenges after all. We learn from those obstacles, but gratitude gives us the strength to face those obstacles. Each night we can reset our thoughts and honor what is good. And in doing so, we invite and experience peace. Remember, you do not have to be perfect or always optimistic. Gratitude is about noticing. It is about opening your heart to the small joys and the unexpected blessings. Start with one thing each night and let the practice grow naturally. You might be surprised by how much lighter your evenings feel and how your mornings become brighter. You see, that effect is cumulative. That's the beauty of using psychic gifts. They keep on giving. So each night as I remove my non-physical ballet slippers, I give thanks for this beautiful gift that has helped me rise above those 3D obstacles. I am grateful to know that each day was perfect, not so much in the actual events that occurred, but the opportunity for me to learn from those experiences, and most importantly, to prepare my soul for a better next day. My training as a psychologist informs me that a gratitude attitude is more than just a nice idea. Science backs this up. You look at the studies and they show that practicing gratitude lowers stress. It improves our quality of sleep, increases overall happiness and satisfaction. When we reflect on what we are thankful for, our brains release endorphins that help us relax. Emotionally, gratitude helps us feel connected and loved and secure. And with those beautiful feelings, we no longer act with kindness and compassion because those characteristics become our natural state. No acting needed. We avoid overreactions based in anger, insecurity, hurt, or jealousy. But beyond this research, there is a simple truth. Gratitude makes us feel good. It turns ordinary moments into blessings. It helps us focus on the present instead of worrying about tomorrow. When we close our eyes with thankfulness, we create a space for more joy to come each day. As I wrap up this episode, I invite you to find your own gift from Spirit. Check out the last episode to find out how. My ballet slippers do not change the path beneath me. They change the way I walk it. So these gifts are not about perfection, but instead remembering that even in difficulty, we can choose how we move carefully, intentionally, with compassion for others and especially for ourselves. We can walk this world being grateful for the lessons that life offers our souls. I hope you will make gratitude part of your nightly routine. Tonight, before you close your eyes, think about something you're grateful for and let that thought carry you into restful sleep. Over time, this simple ritual can transform your nights and your next days and lead you into a path where happiness and resilience is ever present. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. May you find peace and comfort and a deep sense of gratitude tonight and every night. Bring goodness and kindness into your heart and see how those beautiful energies will ripple throughout your life. Feel free to share, comment, like, and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye.